will take your hand to the milk and honey land. Tell me who you be, baby, can you take me? I will take your hand to the milk and honey land. La dee da, la dee da, la dee da, la dee da. Honey, honey, more honey, 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 honey, honey. Ooh, ooh, honey, honey, ooh, honey, honey, give me honey, please, honey, honey, let me be your bee, honey, honey, ooh, ooh, honey, 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 honey,
It's hour number 2 of the Doug Stewart Show, baby. Let's go. Good morning, Stewies. Good morning, good morning, good morning. The number to the show is 404-382-0338. You can also email me at doug@thedougstewartshow.com. Today's Tribute Tuesday, we're paying homage to the Above the Rim soundtrack, the great SWV Anything. Also talking about the NBA award show, the first ever NBA award show from last night. I'm reading over some of these chat messages, and a lot of y'all feel like that the award show was subpar. It was kind of janky, bootlegged looking of how we expect award shows to look. And remember now, you know, what do we have to measure award shows by? The Oscars, the Grammys. So you're talking about a gazillion times bigger budget for those big award shows. They're annual. There's a huge production team that puts them on. It's not the NBA in a combination with TNT. And so, I mean, that's what we're comparing it to. And if you're comparing it to the Grammys, you know, or something like that, then yeah, it's going to fall short. And I know it sounds like I'm making excuses for it or whatever, man. I didn't think it was that bad. You know, I tried to keep an open mind about it. But it does need work. I will agree with you on that. More NBA talk, man. John Wall, put John Wall in the line of NBA players and teams that want to try to get Paul George to his prospective team. That's right, the Washington Wizards. Here's a quote from John Wall. He says, "Look at our team. We are one piece away," Wall said. "We have the point guard. We have the shooting guard. We have the center. We have the power forward. Our three-man did great for us. You can take nothing away from what he did." And he's talking about Otto Porter Jr. But George is a guy that can guard LeBron and go back at LeBron. It's a piece that you're going to need to win. If you don't have a guy who can do that, you don't have a chance. First of all, Paul George already told y'all, man, he want to play for the Lakers. Paul George already told y'all he want to play for the Lakers. The other thing that kind of strikes me about this story, I guess if it is a story, if you would even call it a story, is that he really throws Otto Porter Jr. under the bus. Like, you typically don't say things like this in the press out loud for somebody to record it and write a story. He, in effect, says we're good, but the weak spot on our team is Otto Porter Jr. That's kind of foul. Like I think that would cause a little bit of tension in the locker room for the Washington Wizards. Because if I'm Otto Porter Jr., I'm like, damn, dude, I mean, you may feel like that, and actually what you're saying might be true. Paul George is a better player than me if I were to keep it real. But, dude, you don't have to say it out loud. Like, we play together. We played together for a couple of years. Like, it's almost like he broke one of those man laws. Like, he broke one of those unwritten man laws. Like, I can't remember a player on a team and talking about a trade, naming a specific player ever. Like, I don't remember this. Maybe you can give me an example. Like, I don't remember a player actually calling out one of his teammates in a negative manner saying, yeah, he's okay, but we would do a whole lot better if we could upgrade this guy. Like, what if he doesn't get traded, or what if he continues to stay with the Washington Wizards? That's going to be a problem. That's going to be a problem. Should I let it get to me that much, real? If I'm Otto Porter Jr., I'm a millionaire, I'm playing in the NBA, I can play, so it's not like I won't have a job in the league. At the end of the day, I guess it's not a big deal, but I got an ego too. You know, I play in the NBA too, and to say that I'm the weak spot on this team, the weak link on this team, is kind of like breaking a man law. I think so. I actually posted this morning, this is a little side topic kind of related to this story. It actually came to me this morning. I want to get y'all thoughts on this. You're listening to the Doug Stewart Show. And I posted this on social media. The way that the NBA can try to combat what's going on right now with these free agents, they need to have a waiver wire for free agents. Follow me on this now. You know what the waiver wire is. For people that don't know, the waiver wire is basically when a team cuts a player. And I want y'all to remember this, bookmark this, okay, in your mindset. I've never heard this idea anywhere else, okay? But sure as shit, somebody listening to the show right now from the Puppet Factory is going to ask somebody in the industry about this, and then they're going to take it to the NBA, and give it 2 or 3 years, they're going to be doing it. I mean, this has happened many, many times before. So what the waiver wire is if you cut a player on a team with good value, a guy that can play, they have a waiver wire where they rank the teams in order based on their record, okay? So the worst team gets an opportunity to select this player before he signs a deal with another team. And so they go from worst to first. So the worst team in the league will have the first option. If they decide not to pick that player up, then the second worst team and the third worst team, all that, from the beginning to the end, the very bottom, the 30th team on the waiver wire selection is the best team in the league. They can do the same thing in some type of way with free agent players. Okay? Well, Doug, they're called free agents for a reason. They should be able to go and sign with any team they want. It is semantics. Don't call them free agents. Call them something else. Don't use the term free agents. The whole point of this and the whole point of why they have a waiver wire is to compete, to keep the league competitive. That's the difference between sports and the corporate world. You have to have competitiveness in the league to have a good product. The product is not as good as the product can be if you have 1 or 2 teams, and every time a free agent is available, they go to the same 1 or 2 teams. They should have a waiver wire for free agents. Think about that now, and I want to read what y'all got to say about it. But feel me on this. If Kevin Durant would have came out this year as a free agent, yes, he could have left his team and go to another team, but he would have had to go through a waiver wire process where the worst teams get an opportunity to get Kevin Durant. Like Kevin Durant as a free agent going to the best team in the league, there's something inherently wrong about that. I know a lot of y'all probably saying, man, that's bull, BS or whatever, man. Stop hating on these young boys or whatever. That just came to me, man. What are your thoughts? From EJ from Chi-Town, Doug, the NBA award show should be immediately after the regular season. They gave out these awards too late after the season. I agree 100%. I agree about that 100%. I agree that they should give the MVP award, all these awards, just like you just said, before the playoffs start. Like in between the end of the regular seasons and the playoffs, they should have these awards. Because when you have it after the playoffs, then it's really clouded even more. When you look at what LeBron did in the playoffs, dominated. When you look at what Kevin Durant did in the playoffs. And so you look back and you're giving the award to Russell Westbrook, who was the MVP, which he deserved to be the MVP of the regular season. But you gave him an award after you watched LeBron and Kevin Durant dominate the entire playoffs. And it's a bad look. So I agree with you 100%, EJ from Chi-Town. Willie D says Drake sucked. How many times has the Get Out parody been done? Oh, it's going to be done 1,000 more times before it's all said and done, sir. It is. From Chuchi, speaking of which, I got to write that down. I got to remember. I'm going to see the new Tupac movie tonight. From Chuchi, Doug talked about LeVar Ball on WWE, WWF last night. I thought it looked bad. I thought it was actually comical. It was funny, and I didn't see it live as it happened, but I saw, I guess, the main cuts from what LeVar Ball did. The thing about it, man, is LeVar Ball, to me, is the first reaction I have whenever LeVar Ball does something is not like seemingly most of the media and people that are coming down on this guy. My first reaction whenever I see LeVar Ball do something or say something outrageous is it's funny. I laugh. Like I talked about it a couple of days ago, man, about how I love how LeVar Ball get into his little pimp, little walk or whatever, his little wrestler strut, and he is part wrestler. Like in another life, LeVar Ball was a wrestler. I'm telling you. So if you didn't see it, man, I guess this is a better time as any to talk about it. If you didn't see it, LeVar Ball had his son, Lonzo Ball, and his youngest son, I believe, LiAngelo, LaMelo, whatever one it was, coming to the ring for a WWE Raw event last night on Monday night. Monday Night Raw, I think is what they call it. And it was at Staples Center, which was, good timing. And somehow they got these guys to come out there, man. LeVar Ball came out there, man, and did his little LeVar Ball strut from the locker room to the ring and dived into the ring like he was a real pro wrestler, man. Took his shirt off. By the way, dude looked like he can get out there. He can wrestle somebody if he had to. He's not in that bad of shape to be an old dude. And it was funny. It was comical. The dude literally sounded like a professional wrestler. Like he missed his calling in life. No lie. I thought it was funny. A lot of people say it was ridiculous and over the top and embarrassing. What is wrestling? Somebody gave the man a check. They let him promote the hell out of the Big Baller brand. They had mannequins in the ring where they had Big Baller shirts and hats and sneakers. They had the Big Baller brand logo on like this huge Jumbotron screen in the theater, in the arena. I mean, what? He's funny. When people see and talk about LeVar Ball, instantly it's almost like this vitriol. Like, I hate the fact that he's so loud and so boisterous, and I hate that he's, affecting his sons negatively. It ain't even that serious. I think the dude is funny. I think he's funny as hell, personally. Back in 3 minutes, the Doug Stewart Show.
Ignite and burn the beats. Set it on fire with my flammable speech. When we play like station, we play for keeps. Y'all fall to your knees, let's pray for the streets. Call of the wild, stalk the charts for weeks. That mason jar got a rubber gasket. That Isaac Hayes still reeks. The legendary still speaks. 24 under my belt, I'm yet to peak. Reinvented myself, new heights to reach. I'ma shut them down, shut them down. My CD spinning, making platinum rounds. And after the show, we gonna paint the town and get smoky like Robinson. Listen, I'ma beat till you cry tears of a clown. Ain't nobody dropping no new shit. Figured I come through, bring out some newness. Yeah, we used to grind, banging that cool shit. I can make hits, positioning to do business. I was clueless. I know it sound foolish. 37 still pushing like Ross. Forward with my movement. Smoke, smoke, and I'ma just twist that haze, spit that phrase, and get that pay. And you know this, and you know this, man. Smoke, and I'ma just twist that haze, spit that phrase, and get that pay. And you know this, and you know this. It's been a long time coming. I ain't putting work for nothing. Gotta get my due, I gotta get something. Can't move stones, the block hotter than a fresh baked muffin. Newspaper full of grieving mother suffering. The loss of another youngin'. They made it seem big, but he really died over nothing.